Dear reader, listener, podcast book reader, whatever, however. Ooh, geese are flying overhead in a V pattern. I haven't seen that for a million fucking years. Guess fall really is here. On the prairies you see that all the time, but on the coast you don't really see it. At least I don't. I guess I'm not really on the coast. Fucking city. I'm not supposed to use the recording number, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be 18. First recording of the day. If I'm ever going to get this fucking movie idea out of my system, I'm going to need to record at least 3 times a day, I think. Which should build up a lot of episodes. But I'm not going to sit on the episodes, I'm going to let them go. Nobody's going to listen to this daily anyways. People can download them and listen whenever the fuck they want. Or don't. That's the end of my rant. Well, that's kind of a shitty rant, but I'm going to go back to reading Back Taxes Special Number 1, North Face Hoodie Edition, which is just raw comedy ideas. Train. Could make this podcast a drinking game. Every time a train goes by, you have to take a drink. Take a puff on your vape pen. Snort a line of coke, whatever. Your life, your choice. My laptop is old like me. It overheats like I do. Except when I'm wearing the North Face hoodie. The only place I can use it is on my desk, and only if the window's open and it's cold outside. Can't take it to the library anymore. Can't take it to the library anymore for fear that if I move it, it'll break permanently and never start up. Plus, the library's room temperature, too warm for the computer and me. Outside Starbucks would be cold enough, but there are no plugins. My battery's dead. Plus, I'm still ghosting the barista, so I can't go there anyway. If I was smart, I would have developed a crush on the weed barista, not the coffee barista. I could use a discount for the amount of weed I smoke. Coffee I can still afford. Barely. I have a notebook because sometimes I mess up that first line and I say I'm a retired autistic salesperson instead of a senior. Imagine me as a salesperson. Come into your door. Knock, knock, knock. As soon as the door opens. Hey, would you like to buy these widgets? These are really great widgets. Would you like to buy these widgets? Would you? Ma'am? And then looking up and realizing it's a dude. Sir, that's a joke. I don't know what the generation 20 something, I don't know what the 20 something generation is. XYZ, whatever. Maybe I should come up with a new name for all these different generations. Swiggly is perfect, so I'll work on that, listener. I see them as a generation who loves technology, just not to connect with others, family, me. I had to remove my daughter as my emergency contact. Just imagine a classroom with 25 boys and girls writing stand-up, scribbling in notebooks, not at desks, just sitting on the floor, floppy chairs, outside, whatever. If I had a teacher's degree, I'd go to school right now and propose it. But I don't, so fuck it. Back to stand up. I had to remove my daughter as my emergency contact. I was scared it would take her a week to respond in an actual emergency. To be fair, I'm a shitty emergency contact too. I haven't turned on my phone for years. Not even vibrate. I could care less who's calling. And when I do get a message, if I don't recognize the number, it takes me a few days before I bother checking who called. It's probably just the CRA calling about their fucking back taxes. I'll have the last laugh with my kid though. When I die, she'll be forced to ask the medical examiner to unlock my laptop with my dead finger, or pry my eyes open for race, or pry my eyes open for facial recognition after first cutting off the burnt the North Face hoodie covering my still amazingly handsome face. Who am I kidding? My laptop doesn't have either of those. My phone barely has a fingerprint scanner, but I am incredibly handsome. I found the solution to the bridge suicide problem I talked about before. Stickers. I'm going to secretly put a bunch of stickers with the suicide prevention hotline number on the bridge. Maybe just one a day to keep them fresh, and so I don't get caught and charged with vandalism or graffiti or stickering. It'd be easy to catch me on the CCTV since I wear the North Face hoodie daily. I hate government overreach. There's probably a specific law against stickers. Eventually, though, rumors will spread, or someone will take a video of all the stickers, and it'll go viral, making my bridge the place to jump to your destiny and giving me a break from the traffic noise. Knowing my luck, though, all the tugboats will start blowing their horns to discourage people on the bridge from jumping. That's a train noise in the background, but it's almost a tugboat noise. CN train. Sky train. Blow that horn, motherfucker. I like how they blow that horn. Such gusto. You know, that train at that intersection is going about 2 miles an hour. Knowing my luck, though, all the tugboats will start blowing their horns to discourage people on the bridge from jumping. I can't win. Maybe I should move into an old folks' home. Assisted living. Me and all the wheelchair-bound seniors. 3 cooked meals a day. Why not? I can become the complex horror until the barista hears my amazing comedy and falls madly in love with me, offering to have baby after baby after baby. So many babies. Maybe I am autistic, although I don't believe autism and most of the conditions in the DSM-5 are real, especially autism. The one condition where the patient is fine, but the family wants him or her to change their personality. However, when it comes to Betty the barista, maybe I am autistic. Most people when they fall in love, or most people when they're attracted to someone, would adjust their appearance, fix their clothes, and present themselves in the best possible image. Maybe wear something better than a North Face hoodie or the North Face rain jacket. Sunday best, so to speak. I would too, except the barista already knows I only have black t-shirts, jeans, and shorts. So what am I supposed to do now? Walk into Starbucks wearing a tuxedo? I don't think so. It wouldn't work. It's not me. Plus, if the government found out I had nice clothes, they'd probably repossess them to pay my back taxes. Fucking Trudeau. They should have repossessed the North Face clothing years ago. It's the only thing I own of value. Now, especially the rain jacket. It's the only thing I own of value now, especially the rain jacket. It still has elbows and zippers. I really should give up on Betty the barista, but the universe seems to have other plans. The last housemate to move in basically looks like Betty the barista. It could be her sister, or cousin, or tribe mate from the old country. A pretty girl moves in across the hall. How lucky am I? Not very. Every time I try to talk to her, I get tongue-tied. How unlucky am I? It's a good bit, but not sure. I'm smooth as shit with the ladies, but I just don't want to take up their time with nonsense talk. So, I can't even talk to someone that looks like my crush, let alone my actual crush. I'm not sure I can call myself a senior when I act like a teenager. I can't even blame the so-called autism. In my notes, I have broken hand routine optional, which is the entire visual routine, which I can't describe. But if you're a founding member and you want to see a video, I have a video. And I'll post it on a special page just for you. I have memory issues, but I can skip the notebook if I take Adderall. Only issue is that I talk too fast. The last time I took Adderall by prescription, I ended up in the psych ward, and I didn't have the North Face hoodie. I did get a new hoodie there. That's nowhere near as good as the North Face hoodie. I don't think the doctors know shit. I was diagnosed with ADHD in 15 minutes. The doctor asked me 18 simple questions, and 15 minutes later, I walked out with an Adderall prescription. That was some serious psychoanalysis and medical diagnoses. Not. Actually, it was done over the phone on a bus. How did the doctor know I wasn't lying? The questions were obvious. You have trouble sitting still. Let me see. Which answer will get me the drugs? Doctor. This might end up being all stand-up, I'm not sure. Please share if you dislike Trudeau or taxes or the CRA or for any reason at all. Hell, even if you find this funny, share it. Or if you love the North Face, you could share it. Or you could just keep listening for free, you cheap cunts. That's actually written on the page. Sounds like something I'd say off the cuff. I've discovered poor retirement is better. In normal retirement, you continue to live your regular boring life until you die. Sure, you might reduce your belongings a bit and only wear the North Face hoodie, but ultimately you die the same person you were all your life. In my case, I'm forced to become someone new or do something new. I'm grateful for being poor. Squirrel. So one of the black squirrels always seems to have a nut in his mouth. Never seems to be eating it. In my case, I'm forced to become someone new or do something new. I'm grateful for being poor. If I had money, I wouldn't do anything but sit at the park all day and smoke and drink. Like the old guys, lawn bowling 5 days a week at the park. They are drinking beer and avoiding their wives. Oh, but I'd hand out free the North Face hoodies to anyone who looked homeless in the park. And pizza. North Face, if you're listening, I need 20 founder accounts, plus a truck full of hoodies to give out. Or at least a couple of cases. Various sizes, various colors, male and female. I guess hoodie's kind of unisex anyway, except for the color. Throw some squiggly colors in there. Where I live, there's one thing I don't mind about being poor. Although I do question my actions or observations sometimes. I sit outside in the North Face hoodie. I smoke and observe like a parent. Not a pervert, a parent. Remember the daughter golden rule from earlier episodes? Don't go back to earlier episodes. Nonetheless, in the early morning hours, I do see the walk of shame sometimes. I've seen every combination of international coming and going in celebration of peace, love, and joy. Or I've seen a bunch of horny university students hooking up regardless of nationality. Well, I didn't see it. I assumed it. Maybe they were just studying until 5 a.m. while drinking wine. God damn, that recycling bin gives up secrets. But I'll never put the North Face hoodie in the bin. I want to be a comedian back in my 40s, but I was too embarrassed to get on stage. I didn't see how it would change my life, whereas now, 20 years later, comedy changes everything. Especially since almost all my life I had never worn the North Face hoodie. I'm either an idiot or a genius, you decide. I'm not bitter about being poor retired. Before I was retired and before I lost my memory, 16 minutes in, do a quick switch, go back to the movie idea. If you have a problem with that, it makes no difference. Because it doesn't matter. I'm going to write a new scene as well later today. But we'll start with dictating. Alright, scene. Is it an alternative scene for school comedy, or it's a series? Who knows? Interior, dive bar, comedy club, night. The stage is dimly lit. A single spotlight cutting through the haze of cigarette smoke and cheap beer. A rickety mic stand wobbles center stage. The crowd, 20-somethings. Grizzled locals. And a few hipsters murmur restlessly. A neon open mic sign flickers above the bar. Cut to David, 60, wiry, wearing a battered North Face hoodie and jeans, exuding a mix of nervous energy and bucket confidence. Steps into the spotlight. His eyes scan the crowd, a faint smirk forming. He adjusts the mic, which squeaks painfully. The crowd chuckles. David, leading into the mic. Alright, small town Saskatchewan. Finest fuck up is here. Let's see if I can make you laugh before I get tinnitus from this damn mic. The crowd laughs slightly, warming up. David paces the stage, loose and ready. David, so picture me, 7 years old, in church, Catholic brainwashing central. My family's in the pew and we get the giggles. You know that uncontrollable shit? My sister makes a face. I snort and suddenly we're losing it. The priest up there, mimics a glare. He's staring at my mom like, control your goddamn heathens. We got kicked out for laughing. Mom was mortified. I was like, worth it. I don't know, this squirrel really wants to show me his nuts. I don't know why. Normally they run across the fence, but for some reason, it's a yard day. Maybe all the nuts are falling from the tree. We got kicked out for laughing. Mom was mortified. I was like, worth it. The crowd roars. A few clap. David grins, feeding off the energy. Cut to. cut to something very, very funny. Montage, David's set. The camera weaves through the crowd, catching their laughs, clinking glasses, and nodding heads. The spotlight follows David as he owns the stage, his voice growing bolder with each bit. Snippets of his top jokes unfold, each one landing harder than the last. Sorry, watching the squirrel. More interesting than my own words. Street sweeper joy. David mimics driving, hands on an imaginary wheel, grinning like a kid. David, grade 9, I'm a janitor at the mall, picking up parking lot trash. But the real perk? Driving the street sweeper. This mini-ass machine, like a Hot Wheels Zamboni. I'm zooming around, feeling like a fucking trucker king. Shoulda dropped out right then to hit the highways. Instead, I'm sweeping up Slurpee cups for the arcade money. Should I sweep me up diapers for arcade money? Guy in the crowd shouts, "Hell yeah, David!" Points at him, laughing. David, you get it, man. Trucker jeans don't lie. My daughter Iris, she's my heart, right? Every birthday I'd fuck with her room, single dad style. 1 year I tinfoiled her entire bedroom, walls, desk, bed, shiny as a UFO. She walks in, sees it, and claps laughing. I'm staring like nailed it. Best part, she's on the floor cackling, and I'm thinking, this is why I'm broke. The crowd awes and laughs. A woman wipes the tears, smiling. David paces, animated, acting out the scene. David, driving back from Kananaskis with Iris, I see this creature wall across the road. Looks like a bear, but tinier, with a stripe. I'm like, what the fuck is that? A mutant otter? Years later, we're in an Ottawa museum, and bam, stuffed Wolverine. It's him. Not a bear, not an otter, just a half-assed beast. Train. I'm yelling, Iris, I told you. She's like, Dad, chill. The crowd cracks up. David mimics the Wolverine's waddle, earning more laughs. David slows down, leaning into the mic, voice low and conspiratorial. I take 9 grams of mushrooms one night, alone, because I'm classy like that. Tinnitus, this screaming in my ears, gone. Poof, my eyes are clear, life makes sense. I'm Mushroom Dave, solving the universe. Then I convulse for an hour, like I'm auditioning for The Exorcist. Worth it, hell yeah, clarity's my drug. A few stoners in the back cheer loudly. David winks at them. David struts, mimicking his grad day swagger. Iris graduates problem? Iris graduates high school, and I'm so proud as fuck. Problem? No dress shoes. So I grab my golf shoes, black, dressy, yank the spikes out. I'm clicking down the aisle like a tap dancer with arthritis, taking photos for her and her friends. Iris is like, Dad, really? I'm like, this is style. The crowd howls. David clicks his heels for effect. David pauses, looking out at the crowd. A mix of wire and hopeful? WRY. David, last 6 months, my life's been Groundhog Day. Same me, new actors every day. I'm the director, casting randos at Starbucks. But here's the kicker. Betty, my brain, sassy twin, keeps rewriting the script. She's like, Dave, make it funny or I'm out. So I'm here, trying not to fuck up. The crowd laughs and applauds. David nods, a flicker of vulnerability in his eyes. David circles back, tying it together. Back to that church shit. Those giggles with my family? That's me now, laughing at the chaos. Life's a pissed off priest glaring at you to shut up. But me, I'm still giggling, because fuck it, I'm alive, and Iris is out there killing it. Thanks for laughing with me, you beautiful bastards. The crowd erupts in applause. David raises a fist, soaking it in. Cut 2. Cut 2. Paramedics. David, leaning into the mic. Soft. Hug Tony for me. He drops the mic, thud, and walks off stage, head high. The crowd cheers, some standing. The spotlight lingers on the empty mic stand. Cut 2. Really do have to be a narcissist to write a comedy about yourself and your own comedy. You know you've never been on stage. But that's still my goal. DSM-5 with 1 page, 1 condition, and 1 photo, and 1 name. Narcissist. David. Cut 2. Exterior dive bar night. David steps outside, lighting a joint under the neon sign. He exhales, looking up at the stars. A faint smile plays on his lips as he mutters to himself. R.E. Betty. Not bad, huh? We're getting there. He walks into the night, the sound of the crowd's laughter fading behind him. Fade out. "26 minutes, and I've got nothing intelligent to add." Well, one more scene. Interior comedy club night. A gritty stage, single spotlight cutting through the haze. David, a retired autistic senior with a weathered smirk, strolls on. Deck of cards in hand. The crowd buzzes. He exudes raw, unfiltered energy, ready to deal with his life story. David. I'm David, retired artistic senior, old enough to yell at kids, wired to out-weird them. Got a deck of 52 live moments here. Let's see what I pull out tonight. He shuffles the cards with the flick, pulls one, holds it up. Barking trains. Oh, the rat's chasing the squirrel. The rat's chasing the squirrel. Quite the entertainment out here. Fear the shit is normally the rat's area, not the squirrel's area. So I'm going to blame the squirrel on this one. He shuffles the cards with a flick, pulls one, holds it up. David continued. Ace of Hearts, my origin story. Leans into Mike. I was born on the 6th day of the 6th month in 1966. That's 4 sixes, not 3. So I'm 1 up on the devil. Crowd chuckles. He tosses the card aside, pulls another. David, 2 of hearts. How I got here? Deadpan. Had a horse-up delivery. This was the 60s. Thought yanking a kid out with pliers was cutting-edge medicine. No worries, no lasting side effects. I'm completely normal. No problems. Pauses, stares at audience. Scattered laughs at the sarcasm. David, you buying that? Grins, pulls the next card. David, 3 of hearts. Kid life gets prickly. Paints the scene. Waits for the train. Sips his cold coffee from a teal thermo flask while gently bouncing in his chair. Writing live's so much easier. I sat on a cactus as a kid, and my mom had to pull needles out of my bum. Me screaming, mom with tweezers, family laughing. Great kitchen table tale. Funny, sure. But later I realized I didn't sit on it. I fell, and my brothers and sisters pushed me. Probably push. I'm calling it bad parenting. Crowd laughs. He shrugs, flips card away. David continued. Gotta love the 60s. No rules, just cactuses. Pulls 4 of hearts. David, 4 of hearts. Another near miss. I fell off a couch, smashed my head into a plate glass window. Blood everywhere. Hospital, stitches. Took me to the hospital, stitched me up. Less Less hilarious since I almost died, but they told the story for years. Families at dinner like, remember when David nearly bled out? Pass the gravy. That's love. Some claps. He pulls 5 of hearts. David, 5 of hearts. Shit gets wild. Eyes gleam. First time I got drunk, I was 3, 4, 5. Asked my mom, her fault. No child services back then. My family made homemade wine in big plastic garbage cans. 25 gallons, fermenting away. Mom tested it with a wooden spoon. I saw her. So I did too. Slipping wine like juice. One night I overdid it. Everyone noticed. I was having a blast. They were laughing their asses off. Toddler blackout. Good times. No hangover, I think. If I can make money off it now, screw 'em. Crowd roars. He tosses card, grabs 6 of hearts. 6 of hearts. Let's talk looks. I was a very cute kid growing up. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tiny Viking. 60 years old now. 60 years ago. I was a cute kid growing up. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tiny Viking. 60 years ago. 60 years ago, people couldn't get enough. Always gushing. Made me blush as a baby. The problem was, 60s hairstyles were shit. Just bangs and bowl cuts. Then it got worse. When I was born, I had dark hair. But one summer, my parents stuck a ball cap on me, and the sun bleached the rest of my hair blonde. End result, a kid with a black yarmulke of hair on a blonde head. That sentence sucks, but oh well. Everyone thought it was so fucking cute. Hilarious. Yeah, fuck them all. Laughter spikes. He flips the card away. David. Walking fashion crime, that's me. Pull 7 of hearts. 7 of hearts. How I survived the parenting. Growing up in the 60s, parenting was less helicopter, more spaceship. As long as the kids were in the neighborhood, parents didn't care. Fall on a cactus, smash a window, get drunk at 3, no biggie. I had a string of accidents I wish they'd paid more attention to. Folks were like, he's alive, launch a spaceship. Why I'm here, scared telling this story. Blah, 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 doo, doo, doo. 8 of hearts. Kid me was a hustler. I was a card shark by 4 or 5, beating my siblings' asses at any game. Poker, go fish, didn't matter. Tiny shark. They couldn't handle their little brother outplaying them, so they embarrassed me to throw me off. Work too. I couldn't focus during cards. They'd say nice yarmulke, loser, jerks, still won half the time. Chuckle spread, he tosses a card, grabs 9 of hearts. 9 of hearts, teen years, dumb as hell. Just before quitting grade 12, a friend and I wandered around town one night with a whiskey bottle. Small town, nothing to do. A store, school, bar, that's it. No gas money, so we stayed local. Found an unlocked door at the school. It was 70s, no alarms. Jackpot. Drank, laughed, wrote on the chalkboards. Hilarious shit, I'm sure. Can't remember what we put on there. Probably just drew dicks. Left the whiskey bottle in the teacher's lounge. Fucked off. We were never caught. No Monday announcement. No principal on our ass. Should have walked into his office when I quit and said, "Find that whiskey, asshole." It's gonna make sense to anyone but me. David, 10 of hearts. Now I'm old. Grandpa isms hitting hard. Can't stop staring at babies. So fucking cute. Tiny mind controllers. Saw a lady with a baby on a train. Everyone smiled. Teen girls, old guy, me. Babies control our minds like cats. I want a bench dedicated to some Mrs. Betty. Probably a baby making legend. Makes me jealous. One day I want that vibe. Babies, man. Real bosses. Crowd claps. Some awes. He holds up the deck. It's 10 cards down. 40 to go. Life's been weird. Stick around. I'll deal the rest. Double train. If I trust someone drunk, I trust them sober. Drunk's the real person. I learned that at 3. Thanks for laughing at my weird ass life. I'm out. He nods, shuffles the deck one last time, walks off to applause. Walks off to applause and a standing ovation. Fade out the end. Perfect. 35 minutes. End of recording. David J.